to be on asking if this person is working or not, what type of job that they hold?
Like career
Yeah,
occupation?
like career-wise?
I think it plays a factor for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Especially in today's times and stuff, whatever.
But again, I mean, if it plays a factor, you might be cutting out somebody
Bingo.
that might be the one for you just because they don't meet up to a certain standard that you've put in your head.
The Podical sound.
Podcast, you can't win. Talking a good game, you can't win. Topics never lame, you can't win. Win.
Watch your average Joseph. Marvelous.
It's ridiculously funny.
I don't want to throw you off this time.
Bless your heart. Confusing the shit. What's up, y'all? I'm Marvelous.
And I'm not your average Joseph.
And we are the Podical Sons. So let's start the show. Like, comment, subscribe, all the above, all streaming platforms possible. Podical Sons Podcast.
All of that.
See these lovely faces on YouTube and Spotify, as well as the website. So let's start the show. How you feeling today, sir?
Feeling good, my brother. How you feeling?
Marvelous. Simply marvelous.
Simply marvelous. All right.
Yeah, man.
Oh, how is that in Japanese again?
Subarashi.
Subarashi.
Yeah, that's my term. But like when I was seeing the whole Meg Thee Stallion kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And with the Yuki Chiba dude.
Right.
I was like, there's a part in that song, he's like, da na 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 negado. I was like, what? I was like, don't make me come over.
You gotta go find out what that means in Japanese.
Oh, yeah. So don't make sure you look up any word and stuff, whatever. Yo, don't take it just like I beg your pardon. If it don't sound familiar to you, pull it up.
You check it out.
Even when like the people with the accents and stuff are like Monica is the name. You're like, Monica. Who?
Huh?
Who? Yeah.
Say it over slowly.
That portion. All right, man. Let's get to the polls. You ready for this?
Let's get to it. I'm ready.
All right. So, first poll of the week says, do you pee in the shower? And that was a 50-50 split.
50-50 split?
50-50 split.
Okay.
Why did you say okay like that?
No, because I thought they were fireball hell of a shower peers.
I think, you know what it is? The thing and stuff is that there are two types of people in the world. Those who pee in the shower and the ones who lie about it. And I think for the most part, I can see where like some women, why they won't do it.
Right.
Because I want to say like us is kind of like an appendage off the body.
Yeah.
Which we can kind of aim. Right.
Speaking of that, right? The spot that I went to last night where they had the celebration in the men's urinal, inside urinal, there was like a soccer goal with a tethered soccer ball.
Oh, so you had to pee to move.
Yeah.
So it's a game when you
pissed? I was in there. Score! Score!
So they done gamified the damn urinal. Look kind of shit is this? Yo, this is crazy. I haven't seen that. I've heard of it though.
Yeah, you heard of it.
I've heard of it.
The first time I seen it, I was like, wait a second. And then I started playing because I was like, shit.
You're already there.
I'm there. I might as well score.
I think that's like, it's different. Let me say this. See with the whole pee in the shower dance?
Right.
It's not like if you had a choice, do you pee in the toilet, do you pee in the shower? That's not my dilemma.
No.
My dilemma stuff is I'm already in the shower. When I went in the shower, I didn't have to pee. Right. So I look at the stuff like, now do I turn off the shower and now aim from the toilet, like from the shower area into the toilet, or fluids are all going to the same place?
All going to the same place?
So to me, it's a no-brainer. Now, some women that saw the question and then got at me and stuff, whatever, they were like, there was one, she's like, yeah, I just kind of like caught back. Just aim for the drain. It's like, aim for the drain.
Aim for the drain.
I was like, well spoken, lovely lady. Yeah. So she's like, you can call me whatever you want. Other women looking at her like, no, we're not doing that. But I'm not going to have pee on my leg and stuff for that. So she even said, yeah, you're in the shower. Just soap up and clean the area.
Yeah.
So look like, The ones that pee in the shower and the ones that lie about peeing in the shower.
Lie about it.
So I don't know. My thing, yes, I definitely pee in the shower. Like I said, my intention and stuff is when I go in the shower. That's not the first case because before I go in the shower and stuff, probably try to drop a douce, a pee.
Yeah.
And then boom. And then when I go in the shower, I come out ultimate clean.
Yeah.
So, meh.
But it's weird because I remember when you're potty training, right? Your little one, they always say, turn the tap on because the sound of the water
will get them going.
Will get them going. So it's like, I mean, if that's already the case, if you're in the shower, you get, especially if you're relaxed.
What? I always try to be relaxing.
Yeah.
In the shower and stuff, whatever. Yeah. So I'm looking like
running out the shower, dripping wet all over the place to go pee.
No, just Evel Knievel that shit from the tub, from the shower to it depends how far.
It depends.
Because some people and stuff, whatever, I know, like they might have the stand-up shower,
right?
They might have the tub right next, and the toilet might be across the way. You gotta take the chance of slipping and sliding and stuff.
Yeah, it's a dangerous act. It's a dangerous act.
Save yourself the drama and the stress.
50-50 split.
50-50 split.
Okay.
All right. Next poll of the week was, who has it easier to find love? And this one was something else. To spark some stuff too. What do you got?
Well, let's say the complete, is it between men and
men and women?
Between men and women?
Yep.
I would say women.
Women have it easier to find love?
Yeah.
83% said men.
83% said men.
83%. Tell me why you said women now. I want to understand this.
I say women because I think men are always looking for a partner. I think more so than, and especially now in today's day and age, I think, women are looking at men as, slim pickings, and the ones that are out there are not none to be with. So they're not so engaged in trying to find love right away. They're more focused on trying to find a career.
The women?
Yeah.
That's your take?
That's my take.
Really?
So you had men?
I had men.
You had men? What's your take?
So, okay. For me, why I would say men is, and this is just from a collective of older men that I've spoken to.
Right.
And everything like that. I want to say simplicity. So your wants and needs, right?
Right.
I feel like as a young lad, like my damn self and stuff, whatever, my wants was like way over my damn needs.
Of course.
The older I get, your wants are getting chopped down and stuff like that, whatever, right? Like let's say 18-year-old me might have wanted an Ashanti.
Yeah.
And 39-year-old me just wants a good woman.
Right.
Yeah. I think, and I'm not saying women are not simple. No, please don't come for me like that. What I'm saying is
it's early in the pod, Mark.
It's early. What I'm saying and stuff is like it comes to a point. What I've seen and stuff is that like when you're getting more simpler, like for what you're looking for,
right?
I think it's so much easier to find something that you're not looking for.
Okay.
So it's like,
I get it.
Yeah, like you're just looking for, like, let's say you're just looking for entertainment. You can't find the remote.
Right.
So you get up and still turn on the TV by hand and stuff, whatever, to try and get that aspect. You might jump in the couch, dive in the couch, and realize something pokes you. There's the remote.
Right.
You weren't really looking for it hard like that, but you find it.
But you found it, yeah.
And I feel like a lot of times and stuff, that's what it would be like. I think with men, we like more of a simple aspect. If you meet a woman and she's kind of coming to you with some things that might seem more complex or too much for you,
right?
You might want to back and stuff or tread lightly and stuff, or some men might try to push away.
Yeah.
For me personally, I met a woman and stuff one time and she laid out like her whole life stories, like, take it. Do you want this for the next few years of your life or no?
Yeah.
I'm like, this is a first date. This is too complex.
I'm laying it all on the table, Mark.
Yeah, this is too much.
Yeah.
But then, like, when I got like a simpler approach to stuff, for like, yo, I'm just looking for a companion that's loyal.
Yeah.
Because I haven't got that much loyalty and stuff out here from men.
Right.
And this is just what I'm asking for and stuff like that. I hope you have a job and you don't sell drugs. I was like, look how simple simple that was.
I can work with that.
That's decisions.
I can work with that. That's not complicated at all. Yeah.
And see, that's what I'm saying. I think we don't want anything that might seem like it might be complicated and stuff like that, right? The older that we get. Because I realize and stuff is like, I don't want to be in your pockets or anything like that, whatever. But if need be, could you do one of these, let's say, online upgrades, man upgrades? We're talking about from like veneers, if you wanted veneers.
Yeah.
Hair plugs, if you wanted hair plugs.
Yeah.
Height extension, shit, whatever. Like, could you, like, even if you do one at a time, could you do it?
If I had the will to do it, then I could do it. Yeah. And
I feel like when, as a man, the older you get, you can have these possibilities of these things to kind of get at you and stuff. Because I want to say the older you get, you're more wiser about your money and how you use your money and stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
Hopefully you don't have like, you know, addictions or something, you know, mentally to kind of throw you off. But I feel like dudes just living simple as shit. Those dudes are complex dudes.
They are dudes. They're very complex.
They're complex dudes and divas. Like, I don't know, because if I see a dude and stuff whatever out here like, doing the veneer dance, I get it. A smile is out here and stuff like that, whatever, right? We saw you balding and now you're going to Hinchcliffe for men, or you come out with the turkey and it's popping off and stuff like that. Be like, yo, you couldn't make peace. The simplest thing is just make peace with the balding, whatever.
Well, right? I was gonna say, I mean, the baldy been with us since the dawn of time, and women like the baldy.
And if you're a natural dude who took care of your hair and you still have hair, because like I've seen some older gentlemen, and they have like fucking Snow White, luscious hair, like bountiful hair. Yeah. I was like, do you? Hopefully you didn't go to Turkey for that one.
Hopefully you didn't go to Turkey for that.
Simplicity, I find for men is more common.
Right.
I don't find simplicity too much for specific women, but I find that the women who are quote unquote simple or like simplicity are looked down on because the average woman is more complex. Remember the time we had the conversation with Shorty? Shout out to Shorty.
Shout out to Shorty.
She's like, so you want a chick that you can feed with $10? That woman don't scare you? You see, they're looking down at the $10 deal.
Right.
When in the $100 like, you know, deal's like, this is where I am. I'm $100 thing. You have $300 in your pocket to last you for 2 weeks.
30 dates or 3?
That. So that's I want to say that would be the jest and the satire portion and stuff for it. But I do feel like it is hard for women to find love out here.
Yeah.
And my heart goes out to those women who are trying to look for some things, but maybe if you just focus, just a suggestion.
You're right.
Focus on the things that kind of make you happy, or focus on things that might bring you new experiences, and something that you weren't looking for will probably just plop in your lap.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like when you don't go looking for certain type of things, they just kind of happen. Like in the process of you trying to say like, you know, you want to try a new sport or something like that, right? And see what this club might be like.
Right.
You might meet the man of your dreams at this spot. And you went there for the experience.
We always say when you're dating, asking the right questions is the key. Do you think it's necessary to be beyond asking if this person is working or not, what type of job that they hold?
Like career?
Yeah, like career-wise?
I think it plays a factor for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Especially in today's times and stuff, whatever.
But again, I mean, if it plays a factor, you might be cutting out somebody that might be the one for you just because they don't meet up to a certain standard that you've put in your head.
So laws of attraction still will exist.
Yeah.
Right? If this person may not be physically what you're looking for, however, on other parts of paper and stuff, they would check off boxes. I say hear them out.
Yeah.
And my hear them out is probably like a month.
Okay.
I would say that and stuff, whatever, because I look at it stuff is I've done speed dating before.
Yeah.
Right? And with speed dating and stuff, I don't feel like was it 4 minutes? It was less than 5 minutes. 4 minutes is enough time for you to get to know somebody that might possibly want to pursue you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I feel like we live in a lot of microwave time right now instead of like a slow cook time.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, I'm gonna give like a person to look at stuff in like man or woman. I'm gonna give this person some sliver of my time. Let's say they met online.
Right.
Sliver of my time between me swapping out on this app before I say like I might want to proceed with like personal interaction.
Yeah.
Or not.
Right.
And it's kind of like it's a make or break thing. Like they have to be perfect, and no one's perfect.
No.
Because if like say the guy might even say like, "Hey, how's your day going?" Like typical guy. I don't want this response.
Right, yeah.
Have some life to you. Don't ask typical questions. Whatever. Be like, what if the guy might have been nervous on his side and he didn't want to fuck up?
This is the
like,
break ice. Like, I know this is a question
it might be common, cliche,
but it's even.
But it's simple.
Yeah. Simple.
It's simple. It's simple. And I think that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't expect instant, like the microwave thing and stuff, whatever. Like, see where this person is going with it. Like, a mind is like a parachute. It works better when it's open. So it's like if you go in with an open mind, be like, all right, see where this person's trying to come from, because they might be nervous. They might be a straightforward kind of shooter. It's different. It varies and stuff from people to people. Like I look at it stuff as I don't treat every woman I've ever dated or talked to and stuff have been the same.
Yeah.
So I don't try to treat them with the same kind of degree. If they come up with certain kind of characteristics later,
right,
or in the latter part of stuff, but if let's say from initial meet and greet to like, let's say a month or two in, be like, okay, this chick act like this chick and this chick
you start to see the traits that are similar.
But not the first few minutes.
Right.
And I think a lot of especially like with the dating app stuff, is gamified.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, if I don't like you on this initial few photos that you probably chose, that they might not have been in your strongest photo.
Might not have been.
You're getting left.
Yeah.
I just would just hope that a good portion of like single people, men and women, they take the time to try to hear a person out. I just feel like, maybe because I'm biased as a man, a lot of guys would probably put up more of the nose or the quote unquote red flags of a woman to see where this might go, because like we were saying and stuff, whatever, right? I'll take this much C word. Loco. I'll say loco. The night folks will come for me. And then this much, like, I'm not going to put up for. Because if it's double the amount of, what I'm going for and stuff, I'm like, all right, I can put up with this because this might be a little red flag. No one's perfect and everything like that, whatever. When you get into like the range kind of level, check please. I'm out. And I feel like a lot of dudes, when they get older as they come in, because men are the fine wine, they're going to come for me for saying that too.
Yeah.
But like, you thought your options were probably limited as a man, or I thought growing up.
Yeah.
And then the older I get, whatever, I was looking like, did the pool get bigger? Because there's a lot of women that want to sleep with a married man.
Bro, I just and I was joking with my wife yesterday because I left the house. She looked, listen, mind some women out there pick you up, and I was like, nah, you're cool when I go, but I tell you what, the last event I went was a funeral, and if I didn't have my wedding ring on, I would have been. I would have been. They were shooting.
Yeah. Like it's,
and you're right. And I'm at the age where I feel like
you're good.
Distinguished. The grays are there. You know what I mean? I may be attracted to a certain set of eye, right? So I don't think I'm not out there thinking like I gotta be fending off you. I don't even think like I'm gonna be approached when I'm out there. I just feel like I'm just gonna be out walking about doing my thing. So when it happens, I'm like, oh shit, I'm married. You know what I mean? It's like I don't go out there advertising it. I don't feel like I need to because I don't feel like I'm ever gonna be approached like that.
I think the landscape has changed.
Yeah,
because, like I said, I feel like when men get into their prime, which would be like their mid-30s and elder and stuff like that, right?
Right.
It's just maintaining what you got to do. Think about this. Has there ever been like a Mr. like Mr. America competition or something like that, or Mr. Universe or something.
Nah, the most we get is like the bodybuilding shit.
Right.
Yeah,
the Olympian.
Yeah.
So I look at it stuff as where.
And you ain't even got to be good. You just got to be strong for that. That's it.
A proper physique size. And that's just about it. Whatever, right? With women, they've always been in competition from like Tyler and Tierra time.
Mm.
And especially like amongst like the beauty standards and stuff that are more kind of based more so with women.
Right.
So it's kind of like it's been mad competition from their side that I've been seeing throughout the course of decades.
And they got X amount of like competitions.
Yeah. So it's like the competitions and stuff, it goes from like, all right, it went from, let's say, a Miss Teen America type of level to where it's kind of like, who's the better BBW queen, looking queen and stuff like that, whatever, right?
Right.
And again, it's still women in competition with other women.
Yeah.
Now, let's say when it comes to those women who are more highlighted for their aesthetic and their beauty, they get highlighted before or get presented before a woman with intellect.
Yeah.
So the women with intellect now, so like, oh, I got to break my neck in order to get looked at. I have to do these things and stuff, whatever. Like, no, you can, but you have to find a way to highlight your attributes.
Yeah.
Right? Because I don't know, like, I don't know if too many men really like a stupid chick. Like, I hear some women like, you men like stupid women and stuff, whatever. Like, no. We like a nasty girl.
We'll take them nasty over stupid.
Any day. Touch me.
Any day.
Yeah. So I look at it stuff more like that. And the competition thing is real stiff for women. So now, for men, we never had Mr. Teen pageants and shit like that. So
right.
You get a Peter Griffin and you get a Lois.
Yeah.
Peter's obese.
Yeah.
You seen Lois when they have family guy scenes at beaches and pool. There's always a competition and stuff, whatever. So I feel it bad for some women, but like it's easier for men to kind of get looked at, examined to say he might be decent. And the guy, his state of mind is like, I'm looking for something simple. Sold. Other way around, he's like, hey, you look hot and attractive. You need 6 figures to take care of me. You need to have 0 kids and 6-pack abs. And by the way, let me see your teeth.
Mm-hmm.
All right, these things need to be worked on and blah, 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 in order for you to hit this complex.
And then the unicorn flies off into the sunset.
But yeah, I feel it for single folks and stuff out here and everything like that. Like being part of the populace and just seeing what the landscape is. Life is what you make it.
It is.
That's how I look at it and stuff. It's like life is what you make it. Like I want to say, being out here dating and even seeing what the world will look like, it's not a bad idea for anybody to try and participate in it because the experiences will kind of hone into what you want.
Right.
And I don't think when you lack to get the experience.
Yeah.
I love how Jamaican people say, pick till you pick shit.
Yes. Yeah.
So they would get to a point where like they're gonna end up picking shit because, I mean, you have more experiences of saying, okay, you like this for your mental palette, this for like, I guess a body type, this for whatever your love language may be, and that's 1, 2, 3. That's simple as that. Compared, if a woman comes to me like, I need this, this, and this, then that. Like my favorite dating question I always ask women is, tell me 3 things a man must have in order to date you. And it varies.
Yeah.
I've gotten like a house, a car, a job that pays over $50K. I'm like, okay, well, you're materialistic. Right. On to the next. And I've gotten ones with like warm, comforting, great sense of humor, and good communication skills. And I'm like, okay, you're more figured on a different type of level.
Yeah.
And it kind of gives me a base idea on how the person might be. And women, you guys can use it in the reverse and stuff too, to men. Like tell me what 3 things a man must have in order to date you. And then you tell them.
But I think one of the things that you always say is probably good advice when you're going into when you're dating is that low expectations. Or maybe no expectations at all. Just go with the flow.
Low.
Yeah.
Low. Look at what I said. The want list, chop that shit down.
Yeah.
Low expectations and stuff, whatever. Somebody think I think the dopest thing I heard an older lady or something, she's like, I just want you with a job and your teeth is okay.
That's it.
I was like, that's it? She's like, that's it.
That's it.
She's like, some men might be out here cheating and stuff, whatever. She's like, but if you're going to be mine and stuff, whatever, you got to pay some of these bills. And we got to go out every now and then. We might take some few photos. Don't forget to smile.
Don't forget to
smile.
Those
are the two things she's looking for. You know? And she's like, as an older woman who's 50,
right?
She's like, you can see who has dental plans and who does not have dental plans. I was like, this is fucked up.
It's wild.
It's so true, though. It's so
Y'all
true.
make sure you got your dental plans in check.
Cold-blooded. Yeah, so let's get cooking, man. You ready to get cooking?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's get cooking. Did our forefathers of hip-hop get indicted as much as the new school hip-hop rappers? I don't want to talk big about the young Lil Durk thing.
Right.
But like, of course, this week, Thugger now was able to go home and everything and stuff. This had to have been the biggest hip-hop case ever, no?
Ever, I would think.
Hip-hop profile case. Yeah. And
what was the time frame? Because it was about over a year?
Court-wise? Yeah. Or like
court-wise, from when they started doing the whole court thing.
January 2023.
Okay, yeah.
January 2023.
Right. And then when you throw on all the stuff prior to that.
Like the arrest and everything and stuff like that as well. And then, Gunna was the first person to kind of come out early. And then all that talk about him snitching and... It was a case, man. It was a case.
It was a case.
I was thinking of stuff. I'm like, I'm gonna say minus NWA and 2 Live Crew pertain to like, let's say freedom of speech aspect.
Yeah.
Tell me about some old hip hop cases where they were going to court.
And that's one of the things that when we're talking about it that I thought is, and for me, it's not that it wasn't happening, it's that it wasn't televised and we weren't witnessing as it was happening.
Talk about it.
So you got Chia Lee, who went to jail for murder.
Around what year was that? Circa time?
That would have been, I want to say, maybe early 90s.
Okay.
Around that time.
Okay.
But again, hip hop wasn't to what it is now. So it was never a televised thing. You know what I mean? You heard he got arrested. Then the next thing you know, you hear he's serving time. You don't hear nothing about the witnesses. You don't hear nothing, right? So it's like, and all the rappers that I know from that era, like I was mentioning, I'm not sure if it was either, there was a group, Tragedy and Gaddafi, that they were out of New York. Steady B is another old school rapper that he went to jail and served time. Like all these people, they were serving time.
Mm.
But again, you either only knew like when they got locked up, and then after they got locked up, when they were sentenced.
So then, when do you suppose the shift started where hip hop artists start being publicized about getting locked up? When you say Snoop Dogg trial, the Tupac situations and stuff, with like the rapes.
But even with the Snoop Dogg and the Tupac era, like yes, it was high profile, but again, I don't think rap was at the forefront at that time for it to be like national coverage. Like they'll have some spots where they were covering it, but it's like now when hip hop is like considered the #1 genre, I think it's being covered everywhere.
So then tell me the first time then.
I would so for me,
yeah,
it wouldn't even be like a rap artist. I think for me, it would be R. Kelly.
And because his ties with the hip hop community and stuff, whatever, they would just kind of wrap it in with hip hop.
Right.
That's fair. That's fair. And that was what, 2000?
Yeah.
The 2000 time, right? Early 2000s. I can agree to that. Because I want to say, let's say for a younger generation, they might not even remember, I want to say, Snoop's that court case time.
No.
Right? But people will still identify and know that there was this guy called the Pied Piper had caught allegedly urinating on a young lady.
Right.
Right? And there's jokes that kind of came up about other artists. I think Trey Songz was another one and stuff that he peed on somebody and stuff. And then they were like, he's the new R. Kelly. So to somebody new, be like, who's R. Kelly?
Right.
And then they bring it right back and stuff, whatever.
And again, and there's
it was
been
publicized
covered enough that they can go back in. Yeah.
That's fair.
Right.
That's fair. Because I always looked at it.
Because I don't even think, like, even as big as the Chris Brown Rihanna controversy was, I don't think it was as publicized as R. Kelly.
But I wouldn't even put them into the hip hop community, but I guess because they're black.
Yeah,
they would just throw them in by default. But they're both R&B artists.
Yeah, they're both R&B artists, right? But I mean, the two of them, they're in the art, they're in the hip hop world. Like when we surround them, we don't just surround them with the R&B artists. Like Chris Brown, we see hanging out with rappers, right? Rihanna, we see them hanging out with rappers. So we bring them into that community, even though they're R&B.
Wow. When Miley Cyrus was dating Mike Will we made her hip hop.
She was brought in for a brief moment. She was brought in for a brief moment.
Interesting. No. I mean,
think about it. No. I mean, I'll go far as back as Madonna.
With who?
When Madonna started messing with he wasn't even a rapper. The basketball player.
Rodman.
That
don't count as hip hop.
And that's what I said. It's not the fact that he's not hip hop, but I'm looking at it now from a culture standpoint, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like that brought her into the black culture.
Did it? Not her music?
Yeah, her music. I mean, her music was enjoyed by everyone, right? But I'm saying, like, when she was like started slapping black men, it was like brothers like, oh, she like us. She can come to the cookout. So that's how they was looking at it.
I wasn't looking at Madonna like that, but okay.
I was looking at Madonna like that either, but I'm saying.
That's fair. That's fair. No, because I think, well, okay, what confuses me and stuff is that, like, going back to, let's say, the Thug trial and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Pertaining to the Thug trial, like, there were so many layers and stuff, like, to this, and where, I guess, like, Law and Order, like, websites and affiliates was kind of picking it up till, like, everybody was kind of just in it. It's kind of like the 6ix9ine thing and stuff, but the 6ix9ine thing wasn't that wild or that much publicized compared to, like, the Young Thug thing.
Compared to the Young Thug, yeah.
And I was looking at, because I saw some of the memes and stuff, whatever, when it's like Young Thug and Lil Durk, and Young Thug is like showing him something on the computer.
Yeah.
It's like Young Thug is showing Lil Durk how to beat a RICO charge. And I was like, damn, it's like, if it's not one, it's another and everything like that, right? Like, I want to say they just got Dolph's killer.
Yeah.
The other day, and it wasn't like a full, like, and even when Nipsey Hussle's killer and stuff like that, the Eric dude.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, hip hop is like polarized on a high level when it comes to courts.
Well, you mentioned a charge that I haven't seen in my day, even though I know a lot of these people were, they had street people with them, and that's the RICO charge.
Yeah.
Right? That is more like we've seen that more in recent times with these hip hop artists.
Like
and it seems like it seems like all of them are getting it. Like if you have an organization behind you, you're gonna possibly get this RICO charge with it.
Yikes. Do you think hip hop culture has produced more snitches than solid people?
No.
So you feel like there's more solid people?
I still think there's more solid people.
Really?
Yeah.
I seen a thing where, I don't know if you probably saw it. There was a video where like some guy, he's like, man, I don't know nothing. I ain't talking to you police, like some interrogation room.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, you don't get to talking, you're going to get the charge and stuff, whatever. And that's going to be a life sentence for you. The man's like, life? His voice got high pitched. He's like, man, look, man, it was Tron Various and stuff, whatever, and them who shot him 3 times in the head. I was like,
quit.
What happened to you being solid? Like,
quit. No.
It just went out the window. And I feel like a lot of these times and stuff, whatever, where even Gucci Man said something the other day. He was saying, he was talking to Ebro.
Yeah.
And he was saying, like, he's like, when the feds come get you, it's always a different dance compared to when the police come get you.
Right.
When the feds come get you and stuff, whatever, their conviction rate is like almost like in the 90 percentile.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
They're having wiretaps from this person or this person has said this, that, and about you.
It's been months. The
and
case
it's
has
your
been building for
peoples.
months, yeah.
And a lot of times it's your peoples that they use to build case and stuff around you.
Right.
Gucci Mane's not a hip hop artist. He had a lot of people and stuff snitching on him. And I'm saying and stuff, but I feel like the culture and stuff might highlight, like, yeah, snitches don't get approved on.
Yeah.
And everything out here. But YSL Woody is having a time in his life, like on these dating things and stuff, whatever. 6ix9ine, maybe his money just start to run out a little bit, whatever. Like, snitching is a thing now in the culture.
But here's the thing, though, is like we can see that with these guys because it's televised, right? Like these guys are stars that we see, so we see it happening, right?
Yeah.
But there's a lot of stuff that's happening in our community where they're still standing 10 toes down.
Which community? The hip hop community?
Like, just the culture.
Okay.
The culture. Where there's a lot of people that are still standing 10 toes down, but we don't see that because it's not in front of our faces.
Mm.
So that's what I'm saying. I still believe that the culture is still dictating the fact that snitches get stitches, even though it's a wrong mentality to have, right? But I still think it's more of that than it is than these guys who, right? Maybe getting buku cash and maybe living a lifestyle that they don't want to walk away from. So it's much easier for them to snitch than a nigga who don't have nothing.
That's fair. Well said. I get it. Should Lil Durk squad makes a 3-way phone call with Young Thug for some info?
Hire his lawyer.
I mean, what's his name? Brian? Is it Brian something? He make many miracles happen.
And he make many miracles happen, bro.
Call up.
Get that lawyer on your case. Get him on your case.
Or I think Durk got snatched up in Illinois.
In Illinois?
So he better get a Chicago version or Illinois. Yeah. Version. Okay, on to the next. Let's talk about your favorite comedian, Tony Hinchcliffe. And his jokes about the Latin people. How did you feel? How did you feel for you taking it in?
Yeah.
Understanding how close they are to the poll, to voting day.
Yeah.
The climate of the world.
Right.
And this comedian that they said allegedly they never vetted.
Yeah.
Bag of shit. But anywho.
Yeah.
To say the things that he has said.
Well, and here's the thing. I don't know if they vetted him or not. Regardless, I think this guy is just he out for Trump. Trump must have did him something, and he's out for him because if you invite me on your platform,
okay,
right,
okay,
to speak about it, right, even though I'm a comedian, I'm still going to be mindful of what I'm saying because at the end of the day, I want you to be the president-elect. I wouldn't be standing here on your behalf if I didn't want you.
So you're saying he's a plant?
I'm not saying that he's. I'm not saying that
he could be a plant.
He could be, but I'm saying he also could just be working on his own.
So I see that angle where you're coming from, right?
Yeah.
I think for me, so the Tom Brady roast, I saw the Tom Brady roast earlier within the year.
Yeah.
And when he went on it, he was clapping. Right? I have an issue with certain comedians and this is including some black comedians and stuff as well, pertaining to like other races.
Okay.
Right? I think when you're jumping in with like racial jokes about people that are not your people,
yeah,
you have a small lane and window to play in.
Right.
And it's like a quick time.
Right.
So you need to like, don't make this thing a long ass story, get to the punchline quick.
Yeah.
So too many people won't be offended.
Yes.
Like I remember this is one, this might be a bad racial joke now, but like this is an example.
Example.
Right?
Example.
It's an example. They're like, there was a blackout.
Yeah.
Cop shot him. So some people are like, whoa.
Right.
Like blackout. Cop shot him. Like, whoa. Right. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Quick.
Yeah.
The window's quick.
Yeah. But
right?
But quick.
And,
but as me as a black person, I just laughed at that.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. If a white guy said this stuff and it was like quick like that, you probably be like, okay.
Yeah.
The man said Puerto Rico is a floating island of
and this is
La Basura.
And this is why I say what I say, because you're right. Like you're a comedian, you know you're gonna read the audience, right?
A good comedian.
A good comedian would obviously read the audience, and you gotta know that what you're saying is going to piss off this group of people.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, a roast comedian wouldn't be the choice. One. Two, the fact that they never vetted his jokes or shit he might say prior and stuff, whatever. Idiot thing. Because I'm looking at something like, right now we're getting to the red line and stuff, whatever. This is zero fuck ups possible.
Right.
Going in, whatever. Like security detail may be high. No one's bringing even a water gun to like anything that Trump is going to be at. You get what I'm saying?
And I'm like, the person who hired him, have you not seen his material? Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like in that Tom Brady roast, he went after everybody from like the previous, like, is it Jeff? I forget his name, Jeff Ross? Jeff Ross was the original like roast dude like for that time.
Okay.
Because this guy's more of a newer guy.
Right.
Right? And he went at Jeff, Tom Brady, Kevin Hart, all of them with racial jokes. I keep telling you that even when Russell Peters goes at it and stuff, whatever, the racial jokes, your window is short.
It's short.
So I started looking at stuff, I was like, I don't think you're funny. I think you're politely racist.
Yeah.
But you're trying to spin a little humor to it and stuff, and that's okay. But
yeah, no, there was no humor in this.
It wasn't hitting me.
It was just straight racist.
It wasn't hitting me.
Yeah, it was just straight racist.
Because I was like, when he's like, yeah, the Latin folks and all their babies, I was like, what's going on?
Yeah.
That's the first thing I said. What's going on? And then
I should have cut his mic.
They should have cut his mic over Trump any day.
They should have cut his mic.
They let him go. They let him, quote unquote, cook. I don't know. How do you feel about those jokes, though? Like, do you feel like, let's say, a white man could make jokes about black people to that level?
To that level?
Yeah, because I want to say he went after the Latin folk and the whole island. Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Could
no
a white comedian? No. What about
not,
Gary Owen?
not expect for us to vote for Trump. I mean, okay, you might get away with it in a comedy club because we're expecting it. You know what I mean? And especially if we know that
not at a rally,
right? Especially if we know you as a roast comedian, and we're gonna go see a comedy show. We can expect that you might say something that's off the wall shit.
I wouldn't want no comedian at my rally. like
no.
Like even I feel like even with Kamala like Meg Thee Stallion performances and stuff, it's already a lot for me.
Yeah.
But I look at it stuff as where you just can't come in with some theme music, pump your hand up, or clap and walk to the podium.
You gotta be twerking. You gotta twerk off.
Cue the fireworks. Signal the smoke. Like it's a lot of gimmickry and stuff, whatever, right? So I'm like, when it looks like for them to bring on a comedian and this shit didn't work and it caused more harm than good.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm politically fatigued.
Yeah, because I mean, you're like your focus is on the campaign itself. Now you got to do damage control. You got to okay. We have to put this on pause because now we got to out this fire that this dude just started.
Yeah.
And it was a fire.
Oh, that's a 12 alarm blade right there.
Yeah.
Was it Mindy Hassan? That guy has found ways to get under people's skin. If you're listening, please teach me your ways, master. Because he got Sarah Palin one time. Because Sarah Palin, she was saying something pertaining to I think the Black Lives Matter rallies and like the protests.
Yeah.
And she was quoted that she called the protesters dogs.
Right.
They were sitting on a panel interview one time, and he said, she was trying to call him out, whatever. She's like, "You're a liar." He's like, "But you called the protesters of Black Lives Matter dogs." I did not say that. I just picked up my phone. Sarah Palin calls dogs. I was like, boss, like there's like so many newspapers got you quoted saying that. You're arguing with the man saying you didn't say it. So he's like, so he said, "What did you say then?"
Right.
She couldn't answer. Fast forward to the CNN time and stuff this week and everything like that. With that discussion with him and let's say Rick, I forget his last name. It's slipping me and stuff for there. But the fact where he said the whole beeper thing, the comment about, "I hope your beeper doesn't go off in here because you're a Palestine supporter." I was like, "Yo, boss, what is it about you that just makes people lose their friggin' composure?" and I thought about it, and I looked at it partially like this. Could an implant to Canada who's less than 10 years talk to you about Canadian policies?
No.
I think that's what it is.
That's what it is.
I know he's from the UK, right? But I think I had a problem with stuff with is it John Oliver? The guy, the British guy that did his own thing on like HBO and stuff as well. It's kind of like his daily show report. Him, who had the restraining order on cease and desist? Pierce. I have an issue with them talking about American politics.
Right.
Consider the fact that they haven't lived in America for more than 20 years.
Right.
Like, do you feel like it should be a criteria to like before you can say, let's say you're freshly new to the country. Like, when would you start taking in somebody's political views and stuff, whatever, from their country, like from not being an impact from another country?
But is it really his views, or is it the views of his research team?
Who?
Like when we speak of like the Pierces and somebody who have their shows, right? Because I mean, I'm pretty sure before they go
he's still the voice. He's still the voice on it.
He's the voice on it, right?
Right.
But if you have like, if I got like a researcher who's born American and all they know is politics,
give me the researcher,
and they feed me the information,
I would take the research over Pierce.
You would take the researcher over Pierce, but then Pierce is looking at it as it's my show, right?
Right, and then this is where the problem lies because my thing and stuff is that if you haven't been living in set country you're talking about, I don't think it's right because, like, let's say for example,
what if he's giving you facts that you can't argue against?
I think that's what I'm saying. Like, even if he comes with the facts, it's already pissing off the people,
right? Because they look at you like, who are you?
Yeah, who are you? That's the main argument. Because that's why I feel like where Sarah Palin lost her composure and stuff, whatever, right?
Right.
Because she's looking like, bitch, if you cut me, I'm bleeding red, blue, and white. Whatever, right? And she's like, yo, you. She didn't want to say it. A lot of them want to say it and stuff. That's the reason when the guy said the whole beeper comment and stuff for her. That was wild, by the way. On CNN, that was wild.
That is wild.
But I looked at it stuff as where I can see where the rage and stuff will kind of come from because, again, like a John Oliver, I'm not saying whatever John Oliver might be saying and stuff is like 100% laws and facts and truth.
Yeah. But it's just the fact that it's coming from him.
Give me somebody from here to talk about here.
Yeah.
Don't tell me somebody stuff over there talking bad about there. Like, it's wild. Like, I look at it stuff as where we do that a lot of times to like the other nations of the world would say they're extremists.
Yeah.
Right? We might look at their extremists and stuff and be like, oh, they're extremists, don't defy the people.
No.
Right? Like, I think isn't it like a running joke about like people from the UK, their teeth aren't perfect or something like that, and everything. But when you see British people with this like $1 million smile, what are you running with?
Right.
Because I'm looking like, we're from here. We shouldn't be able to talk bad about talk bad about our own shit.
Yeah.
So give me somebody from here talk about our bad shit.
It's when you say that, anytime like I'm like on a post and I'm commenting on American politics, I always make the effort to compare it to what's happening here. Like anytime, like I always make the effort to compare it to what's happening here. Because I always say, I keep in mind, I'm viewing this from a Canadian perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying these things because this is what I see happening here. Like I see this, that, and happening here. So that's what I'm saying. It may not pan out exactly what it is, but I see similarity. I see some similarities, and I'm speaking from a Canadian point of view. I make that known. So I think if that's like, if you do it like that,
right.
You know what I mean? If you like say, okay, I don't quite understand it to a full extent, but I see similarities from where I'm coming from.
My rebuttal to that and stuff is a lot of people don't even know the MPPs in their area.
That's true.
But they know well deep into U.S. politics and stuff,
well
whatever,
deep into US
especially from the
politics.
Canadian side. Like I want to say, even like the thing about the OGs that just live on CP24.
But is it the fault of the Canadian people though? Because I say this.
I'm putting it on the person,
but I say this though, because 2 days ago, right?
Okay.
Global television, right? Or I don't know if they're owned by CBC. Maybe they might not be. Maybe it's two separate entities. But between the two of them, they own most of the media in Canada, right?
Okay.
The way how they were hyping up the U.S. elections, I thought I was watching CNN. And I don't see that same type of hypeness around Canadian elections.
Oh, like in other countries?
No, here.
Here.
I don't see our news doing the same type of hyping up like they do the Americans. So I'm like, okay, I would expect it because, 80% of our channels here are coming from America. I could expect it from those channels, right? But if this is your Canadian, if this is a national thing, I expect our politics to be pushed more of a forefront than the US politics. And again, and not to say it happens all the times, but just around election, it's like the fever of the United States. It's has such a magnitude that worldwide it's discussed.
Well, because America was always portrayed as the number one country in the world, right?
Right.
So if you're looking at the number one country, like there's thousands of times where other countries can say that they're better than America in like certain aspects.
Yeah.
And they'll be the ones that clip and say, Americans are not better than us, or the country of America is a burning pile of garbage, or so to speak, and everything. They'll say they're bad about America.
Right.
I feel like there comes to a point where, again, because America has been polarized and put on this pedestal like that to be watched either good or bad, this is why multiple countries and stuff tune in. But it's a problem, and I'm not putting it on the media, because we polled the question and say, do you believe in the news or you believe in neither? And a lot of people chose neither. So if you're watching the news and saying now you're going to be hyped up and go and be swayed by the news, why just for that particular subject matter than everything else?
Right.
Right? Like when they talk about science, no, fuck that. But when they talk about political science, you're all like, turn the volume up.
Yeah.
Like it's strange to me.
Right.
It's like, it's strange. And I look at it again, it goes back to like, you don't know the basic shit that run your neighborhood or your zone, but you're quick to tell me and stuff, whatever, like, who's the senator for this place, and you saw all of this on possibly CP24, because that's what's booming here.
Yeah.
Shout out to the OGs that just live on that channel. There's other channels in the world to see, but like, to just be constantly plugged in and glued on another nation's, I want to say, issues, and then to have the rhetoric to want to voice it upon it when you're not there.
When you're not there.
Or been living there for a while.
Yeah.
Problematic to me. Very problematic. Even to the reporters that go over to like a place that's been like shelled down by bombs and stuff.
No, I
and
see
they're like, it was terminus. It was constant. It was crazy. The chaos. We couldn't sleep. But you're not living in that.
Right.
You're there for this time frame, doing your job. Your life is at a danger. We do understand that.
And you're actually at that spot for that moment. Once the cameras go off, they're taking you back to the other side of town.
Where the press chill.
Yeah.
All right. Ding dong.
Yeah.
Press. Shout out to Cardi. That part, man. I don't know. Do you believe that people of today are exhausted from politics?
I believe so.
Political fatigue?
Yeah.
Like,
I think
are
a
you
lot of
over
people
it
checked
now?
out. I think and the sad part of it is that I think a lot of people are not going to vote because of it.
Ooh, talk about it. What do you mean?
I think people are so fed up with the whole political theatrics that's going on that they're just fed up with both parties. And we're like, fuck it. I ain't got no dog in the race. Why should I even bother vote?
So, what I've seen from my American peoples is that a good portion of them have done advanced polling, and I'm proud of you guys.
Good
the
stuff.
ones that did their advanced polling because that day and even registered to vote. Good for that, because you don't want to get to that moment when you go on polling day to try and vote, but you're just registering to vote because you didn't do it in time.
That, you know what? You raise a good point with the advanced polling. Maybe I'm just going in advance because of the fatigue. So let me do it, get it out the way,
yeah,
and and forget about it.
Yeah. And I think, yeah, once you know you've played your piece in the cog,
yeah,
you wash your hands from it,
and
whatever,
pull yourself out of it.
Because
Right.
like what's done is done. Because it's kind of like at that time, let's say 1:00 Wednesday morning Eastern time, if they're still going good with the polls, because they might have some shit ready like 5:00 in the morning, like, all right, everything is in.
Right.
The winner is blah, blah, blah. I feel like the people are just tapped because let's say the people have gotten 2 presidential debates. Two presidential debates. One with Biden and Trump, and then Trump and Kamala.
Yeah.
Right?
Not to mention the VP with Vance and thing that just happened.
Right. And there's a VP debate.
Right.
I want to say the DNC rallies, the RNC rallies, the speakers there. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot. And I feel that a lot of people, they're going to be unplugged when their winner is not chosen.
Yeah.
And I think this is where like it's going to start breaking, because the main questions that were trying to be asked on the presidential debate is for the American people. And I appreciate the reporters and stuff that were asking these questions to the commentators.
Yeah.
Not the commentators, excuse me.
The reporters.
The reporters that were asking the questions and stuff, whatever, right?
Right.
I feel like a lot of the people didn't get those questions answered. And as long as they kept going and going to the time, some kind of been semi-reviewed and some been not. And they've been skipped and missed. Like, I feel like in this last leg where Trump and Vance did Rogan in such a Republican landscape like that, it's good for them.
Right, yeah.
I felt like Kamala doing her concerts.
And a Charlemagne the God.
Charlemagne.
Yeah.
But I like her concerts and her thing did the Democratic Party a good like type of support. So it's kind of like the Republicans got their kick, the Dems got their kick, but it's kind of like you're going toe to toe, and you've been going toe to toe for so long. When there's prices still rising,
still nothing is
natural
changing.
disasters still getting
nothing is
up
changing.
Like I think with the Lebanon thing that just popped off, more recent, is that Florida's been jumped by hurricanes, and more money's gone to Lebanon than it's gone to the state of Florida. The people are gonna be done.
Yeah, and again, the fatigue, right? Is like that. This is happening all around you. You're watching these people compete, but you're still going home thinking about mortgage. You're still going home thinking about food prices. You're still going home thinking about gases. You're probably not. You're probably just voting for the sake of voting at this point.
Ooh, you think people are wasting their vote?
I think so. Because again, it's the theatrics. How much people are really studying the policies?
If you're gonna ask me out of 1 in 10,
Yeah,
I'm going to say 4. 4 out of 10.
I would
look
have
at
it.
the policies.
I would have it around there. I would have it around there.
Less than half for sure. But I would say 4 out of the 10 people
Yeah.
will look at the policies, and the other 6 and stuff, whatever. If they're going to vote,
Yeah.
they're probably just, I want to say, just blind loyal to a
Blind
party.
loyal, identity politics.
Why would you do all that work to like pre-register to vote to go fucking waste a vote? I'm just curious.
But the fatigue, again, right? It's like you have other things to worry about. Other things that's more pressing to you than who the next president's gonna be.
Well said. Let's get to the question of the week, man.
Question of the week.
Question of the week. If you had to define your purpose in one sentence, what would it be? And how does it influence and help make the choices in your daily life?
To be an inspiration to others.
To be an inspiration to others.
Yeah.
And how, so in each day, talk about it.
And I find myself more and more each day thinking how I can lead by example.
You think about your impact.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that a newer thing to you? Like the older you've gotten, or was it always a thing to you? That
No, I think the older, I think maybe it might have been like in the back of the mind, but as the older I get, the more mature I get, it slowly has been working its way.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I say I gradually find myself trying to do more stuff that would or even thinking about more stuff of how I can achieve that purpose.
My life and my purpose in a sentence. Conversations to me, controversy to you. And I feel like the questions that I always ask people when I'm having great conversations or like to have good conversations with people.
Right.
Some things I just say is just controversial to them, but my question is always like, why?
Right.
And I think each day that I have, like, I want to say conversations or interactions with different people, it not only like broadens my learning, but it kind of closes the gap on the less like
misunderstanding.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what I've noticed and stuff, whatever. And I'm not partial to saying like who I'm going to have conversation and stuff with. I feel like if you come at me with respect, you can get this talk.
Bro, we were sitting down in the dentist. It took my son to get his teeth cleaned yesterday. So me and my wife were sitting down, just chatting, right? And this old man walks in, right? And he stands up in the line. He looks over to us. And then so he walks towards us, right? And I'm wondering, okay, maybe he's got a question or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my wife and I, we stopped talking and we turned to look at this man, and this man, he looks and he goes, you know, I heard on the news today that all the wives are supposed to pay for everything. So I sit back and I go, thank you, because I wasn't paying any news attention to the news, but now that I know, wife, did you hear this? So the show goes, she's like, are you sure? Because I didn't hear that. And then he looks at me and goes, I'm sure I was talking to you. I go, I think you were talking to me too. And we were just dying. You know what I mean? I was like, and he's smiling. He goes, it's great to see when people smile. I said, God bless your heart, because you're right. And he goes, and then he started telling us about when he goes, have you ever been to British Columbia? I said, I've been to Vancouver. He goes, yeah. He starts telling us about one time he was there with his wife. And he was talking about the gondola that takes you up the side of the mountain, right? So you're going up, you're seeing the scenic route and everything, and it's beautiful and everything, and so forth like that. And he goes, I'm there sitting with my wife, and she looks down, and she goes, I think I should get my nails done, because she sees the nail shop down on the ground. And he goes, I don't get it. And I look at him, I don't get it either, but I bet you my wife does.
Did she say anything?
And she goes, I get it. And I was like, yo, God bless your heart. He went back in the line, but just that brief interaction.
I always dig people like that, because I think it's refreshing, especially consider the fact that nobody fucks with the news and stuff like that.
Right, yeah.
There's a lot of things out there that might tell you that no one's out there for you, or it seems cold.
Yeah.
And then for somebody to kind of come in kind of warm.
Yeah.
And not want something from you, but just a conversation and a smile.
Again, I'm when I seen him approach, I thought he was coming to
ask you for something. Yeah, right. And that's what I'm saying, that you realize that they don't want anything and they just keep it pushing.
All he wanted was a smile.
Can't tell a woman to smile in today's times. Like, you can't tell a woman what to do with her body, boss. So you need to watch how you speak on this podcast. It's getting dangerous out here, Spoon. Yes. On to the next. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's get to the Ask the Sons. That seems safe enough, doesn't it? It seems safe enough. All right.
It's not our thoughts. It's always safe when it's not our thoughts.
Even better. Even better. First Ask the Sons question comes from PhotoGal23. What seems too expensive but is really worth the price?
Wow.
Quality shoes. I thought about this the other day.
Yeah.
Quality shoes. We have these safety kind of shoes we have to wear at work and everything like that. I don't wear them that often because I don't really need to do shit in them and stuff. But like the ministry came through to kind of, make sure. So you got to look the part.
Yeah.
So to speak. And when I was looking at it, stuff, I was like, these shoes is actually fucking soft. Because I remember, like, I said to myself, I'm like, I could have bought, let's say, the Walmart version.
The Walmart versions, right?
30, 40 bucks.
Yeah.
And then I think went somewhere and stuff, and they were like, I think Timberland. Yeah, they were Timberland.
Yeah.
No, sorry, they're Reeboks. The first one I had before were Timberlands and stuff, whatever. But then I got these Reebok ones and stuff, whatever, and they kind of look like business casual kind of shoes.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, these shoes are soft as fuck. It's softer than any of my Nikes, my J's, my Chucks. Definitely certain type of kicks. I was looking like, nah. And then I remember I was talking to some of my boys the other day. They were like, fuck what you heard. I got mad New Balances and stuff. Quality of shoes. We were talking about that the other day too with you. Quality shoes.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it might seem expensive, but I think some of them and stuff are good quality ones were worth the price.
And I'll go and say, designer brand. Because again,
designer brand?
Yeah, because again, with the designer brand, you're expected a certain amount of quality. And I say that to say this. My wife always wanted a little coin purse that she can put her ID stuff in and so forth like that, right? So one day we were at just the the outside, the outlet mall, and we walked into. I said, "Let's go into Coach," right? So we walked into Coach, and she seen maybe 2 or 3 that she really, really liked, right? And I said to her, I said, "Well, I mean, if you like it, I mean, she's a person that doesn't buy stuff often, right?" So I said, "Yeah, it's pricey, but it's good quality. Treat yourself, right?" If and button, to the point where she just decided no, she's not gonna buy it, right? The day later, she comes to me and she's like, "I got myself a coin purse. I got myself a coin purse." I said, "Okay, nice." And she like, "I bought it at Aldo," right? So she shows me the coin purse. I was like, "Okay, it looks nice," and so forth like that. It's gonna serve your purpose. About maybe not even 3 months she's had it, it started peeling. The chrome started rubbing off, and I said, she goes, "Oh my gosh!" Now she don't like it because it looks all mashed up and choppy. And I go, "But you get what you pay for." I said, "You bought this because it was cheap, but understand it's cheap for a reason. It's cheap because the quality is cheap. The materials they use is cheap." I said, "I guarantee you, if you'd have bought that coin purse from Coach, it'd still be what it is right now. Now you're gonna have to go buy another coin purse. And if you buy another cheap coin purse, how many cheap coin purses are you gonna buy till it surpasses that price of that Coach one?" And she goes, "Oh, my dad always says that. My dad always says that. You go cheap, it's gonna cost you in the long run." I said, "Yeah, sometimes it might be pricey, but if you know," and I look at a lot of stuff, I look at it as investment. Like my sunglasses, I always like Cazelles, right? And I bought a pair of Cazelles, and it's the most expensive pair of glasses I own. But I'm like, yeah, but I'm never gonna buy another pair of sunglasses again. These are going to be my sunglasses. So I'm gonna protect them. I'm gonna cherish them. Whenever they need fixing, I'm gonna make sure I fix them. I get them done proper. I had bought these. I had these black boots, mag boots, right? Bought them from Browns. I bought them at a time when I was balling and had no business just spending money because I could, right? And I said, I bought them because I liked how they look. I must have paid close to $300 for those boots at the time when I bought them.
Okay.
Believe me when I say I had those pair of boots for over 15 years.
That's fair.
I wore them every winter season. I wore those boots. If it wasn't winter season, and it was good enough because they weren't like they weren't particularly winter boots, but the sole was thick enough that you could wear them during winter. So I wore them just like regular boots, and then I wore them as winter boots. And I can honestly say I got more than my money's worth out of those boots.
My counter argument to that would be not every company and stuff is built like most of these companies.
Yeah.
Because I look at it stuff as where Canada Goose is a company where like you buy the coat was supposed to serve you damn near for a lifetime.
Yeah.
So that's worth the cost.
Right.
Right? Because I guess if you put on weight, you lose weight, you can get it resized. And that's included into your cost.
Right.
If you bought it from Canada Goose.
Right.
Gucci, I believe it's Gucci. I believe it's Gucci. So I think like when you're in Italy, if you buy an official Gucci bag and stuff like that, and you're bringing it back to the airport, you're smooth.
Right.
You buy a bootleg one, the customs people cut your bag and stuff right then and there. Because if it's Gucci, if they feel like it might be fake, if it's real Gucci, they'll take it and fix it for free.
Okay.
So like you're getting your money worth when it comes to specific items. I feel like now so many, I want to say companies and stuff, whatever, we'll say, we used to work for like Gap, Banana Republic, and all that type of stuff. And most of those things and stuff are made in the same kind of factory, just stitched with different labels and stuff to go on them and everything like that, right? and they will probably cost the same thing as much as possible a Target brand.
Yeah, but again, in those factories, it's tiered. So
what does that mean?
So let's say I have. Let's say that factory makes 4 different styles of jeans, right?
Okay.
And in that 4 different styles of jeans,
they all go to different stores.
Not that they all go to different stores. They all go to different stores, right? But then they say, okay, we're gonna do it where we serve different markets. So you have like the top tier material, right? That the Gucci, Prada, the whoever designers will make, they'll get that, right?
Okay.
Underneath that, they'll make like they'll make just like the same jean but a cheaper version, right?
Like less refined material.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where the Walmarts, those guys, like they'll bid on that, they'll get that, right? Then there'll be another one even lower than that.
Cops and swamp meat.
Right. Right. That will get that, right? So and that's why I say, like, if you're buying with a certain threshold, you can expect a certain set of quality. Underneath that, you can expect that, okay, it's going to be even killed, but it's going to be a certain set of quality. May not be as good as the top brands, but it's there.
Cool.
Underneath that, you're going to buy 6, 7 pairs of jeans. You're going to keep repairing those jeans because they're not going to last throughout the week. And that's, and
the week?
The week.
Well, damn.
Yeah, right. So
how much some jeans cost?
Yeah, there's a swap meet jeans. How much the swap meet jeans cost?
$20.
$20. But they might work for the time. You might only need it for like a day or so. You know what I mean? It might
it's not like a Fashion Nova outfit. My bad.
Right.
Whoops. My bad. Cut the check. Statement can be taken back.
All right, what we got? What else we got?
Next question comes from Pasta Jewelry. What's a piece of advice that sounds bad but actually works?
Piece of advice that sounds bad but actually works. Ooh, that's a good one.
Oh, taking breaks during intense like work. So let's say, I guess, taking a break from doing like research and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And once you take the break, it'll boost productivity.
But why would that sound bad though? Because to me,
you're stopping what you're doing.
Okay.
Because I think you like a lot of people like
just want to continue on and get it
don't
done.
Don't stop till you're done.
Right. Okay.
But to take a break and stuff, whatever from it, like even like think about this. What if like you had like a straight porno fest with your woman?
Yeah.
And you guys are going at it nonstop. You ain't bust yet and everything. Like it'd be like, let's just take a break and then sip some pineapple juice or something like that.
Yeah.
Get our fluids back up in our system. And you guys give each other the look and then you just start again. And it might just be part of that whole one event compared to like,
right, yeah.
And then you gotta wait till everything refills back up to start again. I think a lot of people will still have a problem with taking breaks because what I've seen and stuff especially is that I have to tell certain people at work to take their break.
Yeah.
And like, no, I just want to finish this. No. Maybe you're stuck on something. Maybe you should take a break.
Yeah.
Go for your lunch break and all the above. So I want to say, like, especially like what I've seen and stuff, but I want to say my landscape being unionized and non-unionized and stuff. Specific union people just work with the intention of taking their break and utilizing their lunch and their break times.
Yeah.
And non-union and stuff, I don't know if like maybe they might be scared, so to speak, but they just want to hammer some shit out.
Yeah.
And then once it probably hits like a little downtime or a slow time, that's when they'll call it finito or call it a day.
I got a problem with people that don't like take vacations.
Those are not people.
Yes. Robots.
Cyborg 76344. That's different.
Okay. So I'll add to my thing would probably be eating healthy food that doesn't necessarily taste good. Like the thought of it in your mind might be bad, like grapefruit juice. it's an acquired taste. Not a lot of people like grapefruit juice. Right. But not a lot of people like it because of the taste, but it's actually good for you.
You're right. The phrase eating healthy and stuff, whatever, part of it will make some part of your back hairs kind of stand up a little bit. Because I'm thinking, like, when I hear eating healthy, because
Kale?
Yes. Kale, beets, like shit like that, whatever. Like it always runs to my forefront of my brain. Like I remember somebody had made some pressed juice for me.
Yeah.
One time, and I was like, this is banging. What's in there? It was like a dark maroon color.
Okay.
So she said, blueberries, blackberries, carrot, kale, and a little bit of ginger, and a touch of like a small sliver of turmeric.
Okay, yeah.
Right? It tastes amazing, but like if you show me those ingredients and stuff, whatever, like before I went to go sip,
right,
I didn't be like, you lost me.
Yeah.
Take that shit back.
Yeah.
Because it didn't have that kind of look and appeal. Like I want to say, I'll buy like those pre-made smoothie drinks and stuff, whatever, from say the grocery stores or whatever stores and everything like that.
Right.
I'm not buying those green ones.
No, because
I'm like, I want to get healthy, but I want to get that healthy.
Right.
So eating healthy, that phrase and stuff is just kind of like, yeah, it ain't that bad. But again, like from the taste of this drink,
yeah,
I couldn't taste the kale. I taste more of the sweetness with like a little slight ginger finish.
Right.
So, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Last question comes from El Presidente 216.
Okay.
What is a sexual fantasy do not recommend fulfilling?
Sex in the pool.
Sex in the pool?
Sex in the water.
Sex in the water?
Yeah.
I would say like the whole whipped cream and chocolate sauce and stuff, whatever, eating cooch
that
and everything. Like I know somebody who had a wicked ass yeast infection from it.
That's not the type of baking we're expecting, folks.
I want to put some glaze on your cakes. That's what I want to do. I don't want, you have yeast infection and stuff, but like, I think the appeal of it, I want to say, like, I can't remember where I got the whole appeal of stuff from it, whatever, but it was more of a satire comedy kind of flick.
Right.
And I think the guy, like, say she put whipped cream down there and then he came up with like whipped cream all on his mouth and everything like that. Whatever, I was looking like, maybe it might make it taste a little bit better. Because they have different flavors of whipped cream now and everything like that. But then
the pumpkin spice.
What kind of pumpkin are we eating? But yeah, like, and then I've heard and stuff, whatever. Like I said, like I know of a person, whatever. It wasn't from like my act,
right?
But when I heard and stuff, whatever, like, oh nah. I had to use a Monostat 7 and stuff, whatever. And I was looking like,
yikes.
You know what? We don't need that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, push that one to the side.
We don't need that. Because I was even thinking, like, what about honey? Like, honey's more natural.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I don't know what kind of shit she got going on down there. Let's just hope it's clean. The end. What do you got?
The water. The water, yeah.
We're here. We're done. We came, we saw, we conquered.
That's it, man. You know how we do.
Yay. Yay.
Yeah.
Yay. All right, folks. Let's get to the So Say the Sons for the week. So Say the Sons this week. Are you ready? It was kind of cooked up from last time and stuff, but we can use this. So.
All right, let's go.
So Say the Sons this week says, learning to want less is another path to happiness.
So says the Sons. Like we said earlier.
I was just about to say that's what when I looked at it, I was like, earlier. This is what we started with. We started strong, full circle of life. Yeah, it's pretty much that. That's kind of self-explanatory. If you don't understand start from the beginning of the episode of the show.
Yeah.
And if you get to end again, it's okay to go back to the beginning.
Circle back.
Circle back, baby. It's about the circle dance. Yeah, man. That's it. We are here. Appreciate you. Thank you for coming, for coming through, holding it down as usual.
Yeah.
Doing the ones and twos out here. We out here. Like, comment, subscribe, all the above.
All of the above.
We appreciate you guys for the weekly listeners, to the regular degulars, to even the new folks and stuff, whatever.
Marv, tell them where they can keep the questions coming.
You can send us questions and stuff to the Podical Sons on the socials. And you can actually send the questions and stuff as to the direct link on wherever you're listening to the podcast from, if it's audio-wise.
Yeah,
so from
we'll
the SoundClouds to everywhere, we will get them.
We'll get it.
The YouTubes as well, we'll get them. And yes, keep sending them. We love the questions. Thank you. They're great.
Yeah.
And they make sense. And no whipped cream on vaginas.
No whipped cream on vaginas. Oh, and I don't know if you seen the post that I sent you earlier. Hot dogs and sandwiches still making its rounds to like this very day.
We did it first. Check the tape. Check the tape.
Yeah.
Check the records. It was here first. Once again, thank you for listening to the Podical Sons. And always remember, the difference between genius and stupidity is that genius has its limits, y'all. Peace and love, y'all. Be safe.
Peace and love.
Go vote.
Vote of depression.
The Podical Sons with Not Your Average Joseph and Sofa King Marvelous.